Episode number. Dog. Dog, just go for it. All right. Welcome to Keepin at Spiel, where we can never get our shit together. It's still what?
It's still good. 18.
Yo, number 18. If you can fix that with a camera, go ahead, but I'm not too worried about it. You just have to click the camera and click filters. Or not. Anyways,
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Keeping it Spiel. For some reason, dude, when we go live, the cameras go all out of whack on this fucking program that we use. But I guess that's not your problem. Your problem is you tuned in. That's your fucking problem.
Yeah. The only thing you gotta worry about is subscribing for free.
Yeah, subscribe to the YouTube right now. We're not fucking going until you guys subscribe, so.
Well, I could do this all night. 10 minutes.
I'm
kind of hungry.
Anyways, so the main bulk of what we're going to talk about today is the season finale of Game of Thrones.
Series. Or did you say that?
I said season, but yeah, series finale for
it's
sure.
It's both, technically. Season series finale. Yeah, that's going to be the bulk about it. And then we'll really have to get our shit together for following episodes.
Yeah, we're pretty much fucking boned.
Yeah, dude.
We can just keep talking about Game of Thrones.
You remember that one time? We're going to next week. How many episodes was there altogether? Like 86 or some shit?
Of Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
total.
total.
Like 73 or something like that.
So, starting next week, this is goes by like a year and a half. Starting next week, we'll do each episode of Game of Thrones, and we'll break it down. And then fucking 73 weeks later, we'll hopefully have the prequel out, and then we can just kill time with that. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
And then
Hopefully
be let down again.
Suck.
Oh, man.
How you gonna set a prequel fucking 8,000 years
That's
in the past, dude? Like,
that's a super prequel.
right.
It's not even really a prequel.
Right, it's like a different thing, dude.
Yeah. It's like they just didn't have a word for the show. It's like, all right, same universe and stuff, but it's so much further in the past that it's like, well, we could just call it a prequel. It's the same show. And it's like, but I get what you're saying, but
right,
kind of.
It's going to be like before any of that stuff. And it's also like, dude, I don't know.
They should just set it in the future. They should just redo Game of Thrones, but like in
I'll tell you what, dude, they
modern
left
times.
enough fucking things untied for them to just continue into the future. There's definitely enough for them to just give us more because that shit was whack.
Yeah, everybody's complaining about the season 8, you know, and there's valid reasons to be upset, whatever. Some are taking it further than others. Like the what is it? Like 750,000 people signed a petition to get the HBO to rewrite season 8. It's like, what start a GoFundMe, get the money,
right, and then
we'll
talk.
Then fucking have season 9, and just, you know, if you don't get enough money to bring a lot of people back and stuff, you could just always leave other people out, because that's what they did in season 8. They left a lot of other people out.
Yeah.
So there we go.
They could.
I'll write it for free.
I was thinking about that, and as ridiculous as the idea of that petition is, and like how I know it will never actually happen. It's just like they totally could film like extra stuff. Like they could like literally film more stuff and then re-edit the whole thing, and then you still have all the stuff that you shot. You could still, for the most part, have all those decisions be made, but then you have more time to actually have it happen and develop, and it just like it seems like it would work better. Just like 2 more episodes would be enough, dude.
Yeah, they should have just did 10. I was looking at my phone. Risky Ricky fucking messaged me.
Nice.
I don't know about that. Gotta get him on here.
Yeah.
Get him to subscribe. It's a hard word to say. All right, so I don't even know where to start with this episode, and that makes it sound like it was just the most god awful shit.
Right. It wasn't really.
Really wasn't.
Right. We'll just break down the episode again, and then we'll do, I guess.
So yeah.
Episode basically starts off where the last one ends. And it's just like them.
The city's just
walking
fucked.
through the decimated city.
Yeah. And then Jon, Davos, and Tyrion are walking by. They have a little encounter with Grey Worm and his dudes, and they straight up, one by one, execute those 5-6 Lannister fucking...
Yeah, they're just like executing Lannister soldiers.
Straight up fucking ripping out. She said that, root and stem and root.
Right.
Take the problem out.
Right. But it's like, dude.
Like, come on.
What happened to the last time she fought the Lannisters, and she pretty much made them all bend the knee for her, and if they didn't, then she killed them. What about that? Like,
No.
I don't know.
Like, talk about overkill. That's like fucking, I guess in football, it's like you're on the you're winning by like 50 points, and there's like 30 seconds left, and you're like, fuck it, go for a touchdown. Like, for what? Like, we'll just run up the score, cover the spread. Fucking wife's gonna leave me. Oh. And then what? She starts making that speech, and that was kind of cool. How she was walking at the
Well, the next scene is Tyrion. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, dude.
Oh yeah.
What terrible idea to make him literally go down there and find the bodies of his two siblings. Like, dude, fucking joke, dude. Why would you go down there? And how is so much of that still, like, there? Like, the whole structure of the building collapsed. Like, you could see it.
Yeah,
but then he gets down there, and it looks like you could clearly...
perfectly.
Right. They could have just, like, dodged around a little bit and been all right. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when he was walking underneath the Red Keep. I was like, oh, it looks like they had a cleanup crew, and they're like, just leave some of the stuff.
Right.
Let's just make it easy for somebody if they want to come down here and check things out.
Right. Let's make it enough room for a small man to slide through to find his siblings for some reason.
Yeah, what if they did that on purpose, knowing that, like, they knew Tyrion let his brother go?
Right.
What if they did that on purpose? Like, yeah, clean it up, dig out their bodies, and then put it on top of the rubble, and just put a couple of bricks on, but make sure his golden hand is sticking out. They just did that in, like,
dude, I made the joke, like,
a day.
when he was, like, making his way down there. Like, you see the... First of all, let me just say, the scene would not have all been any different, and it would have actually made more sense if he got down the stairs like they show him, and then he sees the way, like, fucking piled up. Like, there's no way to get to where... Like, it clearly shows that the fucking structure of the building collapsed. Like, that's enough. He could have wept there and not pulled them, like, out of the rocks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I was just so thrown off by the fact that he went all the way down there and, like, with the rubble, and, like, I don't know. That I was just like, I was not moved at all by him crying, even though, like, I know he's a good actor and the scene was fine. But I was just like, dude, this is so ridiculous, dude. Like,
Yeah. What was it like when he got that torch and he went down the basement, and then he came to the rubble with the light, and he throws his torch down and he starts, like, climbing it, and then the next scene is like, okay, so we got through that. What if they spent like 10-15 minutes of him just kind of like, whoa, and just trying to take a brick off, and he's just like slipping. He's like, oh,
right.
He's like, oh, they're dead. He just goes back. This is too much. He's just peeking through, because all the rubble on the other side was all cleared up.
Yeah.
So he could just peek through and still saw, like, Jaime's golden hand, and he'd be like, oh, and just start weeping right there at the top.
Right.
Like, in distance, and make it even more sad. Like, I can't even see them. He's just, like, trying to reach through with his sausage fingers.
What I don't get is, like, he's, like, looking through that pile of rubble, and you can see the light coming through from the other side, showing him that there's, like, he could probably get through in some way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he could probably move some rubble and get through. But it's like, dude, where's that light coming from, dude? It's
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, where was... Yeah.
They're in a fucking basement that collapsed on itself. There's, like, no...
I thought he was going to take the hand. The golden hand.
It is
I
crazy.
was like, I don't know, momentum. a memento. Is that it? Mementos?
The fry
Puts
shaker.
like, cause he doesn't have pockets big enough because he's a little dude. Like if it was me, I could have been like, okay, it's still gonna be tight in my pocket. But like him, he's just like, and he just wears it.
Yeah, that's
Just
what
puts
I
it
would
on.
do.
That would have been that would have made more sense if he was gonna do that. Maybe not have me write the show. Like so, Mr. Dinklage, you're gonna climb up, and then you're gonna like just take off the bricks and try to climb up. He's like, I might. Oh, he's not even British.
Right.
He's American. So yeah, he'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna struggle with that. I'm like 4'6",
Right.
and that's like 15 feet high. He's like, yeah, we got time to kill. Plus we're out of money, so just
Right,
we're
we
gonna show
pay you
that.
well, so
They don't even edit anything out, like him cursing, like 5 minutes into. He's like, do we really need to fucking do this? That's what they air
right.
in the episode. It's like Dinklage gone mad.
That's what I felt.
And then
Do we really need to do this?
yeah, I thought for a bunch of bricks and stuff falling on them,
Dude,
looked okay.
none of their heads were crushed. Nothing,
No.
dude. They're just like, oh.
they looked
I
all
guess they
right.
suffocated under there is what happened.
Yeah, they looked fine.
Yeah, what a joke.
Yeah, this is, broken nose, chipped tooth.
Right.
That was about it.
Right.
It's like, how'd they die?
And Jamie's like fucking holding her by her like
Just-
he's like fucking around her waist and shit. Like, dude, get a grip, dude. Die with some couth, dude.
Oh man, his
Oh.
hair is still like nice and combed.
I
He's like,
know, dude. Like, all right.
like you saw, like he embraced her at the end of the 5th episode when all the things were, the ceiling was falling or whatever,
Yeah.
or whatever was falling because it was still intact. But he was embracing her, and then like he opened his eye and looked out of his periph. He was like, "Uh-oh!" Like
Right.
saw it coming closer, and he's like, "Uh-oh!" He's like, "Let's go out in style." And then yeah, next scene is fucking Daenerys making that speech.
Yeah.
She well, what I was initially gonna say was that it was cool how she was walking up on the top
You
of the
see the
stairwell
dragon
and the dragon
behind
on the
her?
wings. I was like, oh,
Right.
total like, I don't know, like
Fucking
that's cool.
Summed up what?
But just yeah,
Right. Summed up what she is now, in general, or has always been.
psycho man.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. Psycho bitch.
Another cool thing about that scene was literally like Tyrion standing up for everybody pretty much. He's like, she's like, you freed your brother. He's like, and you murdered a whole city.
Yeah.
Like,
Straight up.
he's like, what's good, dude?
Oh,
Who is
yeah.
that? Is that you, Dan? Checking? Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you freed your brother, and that had no effect on anything I just did.
Right.
So we're gonna have to kill you. That's treason.
Right. Like, okay.
You just slaughtered like 1 million people.
Right.
And she was just standing there all mad, like, and he was just like, you know what? I don't want this anymore.
Dude, the whole
Thing
time,
down the stairs.
I don't know if they're intentionally made you, or like we're trying to make you think like that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a sadist, but I was pretty much like that whole him stepping up to her before, like, she doesn't even know he's there, but he's walking up. I'm just like, do it, dude. Do it, Tyrion. Like, I'm just the whole
Just
time-
murk her right there.
Right. That's what I was like. I was like, just do it, dude. Come on, do it.
He's got a little dagger.
Right.
She's
He
She's
kills
like,
her with
"Ow!"
the hand of the kingpin. Like, she's
not even that. Like he just takes it off, and then just like next shot is of her just smiling because she gave that speech,
right.
and she's just like, "Ow,
Did you poke me?
crazy? Leather pants. It's gonna pardon you.
Kind of hurt.
Take him away."
Right.
Which they did. And then, dude, what was up with Jon Snow's nose? Was that just me?
I don't know. I
Man,
didn't
his
notice
nose
anything.
seemed fat.
Maybe. Like, just pushed down.
It just kind of like, it looked like
I'll have to rewatch it looking for
fucking,
that.
like he got into dispute between filming episode 5 and 6, and somebody was like, you know what? Just punch him. He's like, oh, my fucking nose, mate.
He's like, keep in mind you're not nearly as tall as we make you look on the screen, dude, so maybe beat your ass.
I don't know. I thought, I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I was like, this somebody punch him in the nose.
Right.
He's just offset. He's like, my nose. There's blood everywhere, guys. Fire him.
It's like, actually, it's a cinematographer. Had him for years, so no.
It was just the boomstick guy accidentally hit him in the nose. He's like, oh, my fragile nose.
Nose.
Oh,
nose.
So the entire episode, he just got toilet paper stuffed up his nose. He's like,
she's my queen.
He's like, my queen. So yeah, Tyrion gets imprisoned, and then fucking.
Why does what not work, dude?
Why do you not work? I have a job.
Coming from YouTube, it doesn't work.
Yeah, but yeah.
I don't know. Fuck it.
Even the Facebook is initialized now too.
Right.
How weird is that?
Who knows, man? This shit's so bugged out.
We're being compromised.
No. Anyways,
Yeah. So they take little man away, and then fucking Dany goes, I don't know, take a nap or something. She's tired. And John with his fat nose. Arya just pops out of nowhere.
yeah. It's like, where were you a second ago when you could have murdered her?
Like, they were cool with her just walking up. They're like, oh, we know.
I think the idea is like, oh, she's sneaking up again.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
just,
because
like,
if
she's
she-
stealthy, like,
Yeah, because yeah. Because if
she's
she
like a rogue.
because if she fucking just went by all those fucking White Walkers.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
She can
walking up
go-
the stairwell.
right.
Okay. Or however
That's
she
a
went
piece
there.
of cake, right?
Yeah,
Up
she was
there.
just like
Some stupid Dothraki. I can get around those guys.
fucking Mongols. She's just telling him, man, like, yo, dude, get your broken ass nose.
Right.
You gotta kill this bitch.
Right.
He's like, she's everybody's queen.
It's like,
Like, dude, she's your aunt,
dude,
and you're
I
fucking her?
hate to say it. The show needed not to do that, dude. Like, they didn't need to do that at all. Like, dude, she just burnt down all of King's Landing, dude. No more talking. No more. She's your queen. Like, no more of that, dude. Like,
act upon it.
right. I don't get it. I don't get why, like, I don't know. They spent so much time making sure that little piece of the narrative was, like, I don't know, like he's struggling. Make it look like he's struggling, but, like, why at this point? Why at this point? Up until this point, I can understand. But after this, it's over. Like there should be no convincing him. It should just be convinced. I know what to do. Like, I don't know. Like, you can't have other people tell him and put, you know what I mean, to make it powerful if he knows already, though. I get that, but it's like, how many people got to tell him? Like, you know what I mean? Tyrion, Arya, Sansa would have said it too if she was there.
It was just like my thing is that he was so in love with his aunt that, like, 'cause you remember, I think it was the end of season 6 or some shit, when he first met Dany, and before any of that shit got out, he was like, yeah, I'm not bending the knee to you.
Right.
Like, the North has been independent. And then he started banging her on that boat or whatever.
He's like, I'll bend it.
He's like, oh, yeah, all right.
He's out here
Bend
like
mine, I'll
Beckham,
bend-
dude.
all right. Like, dude, it's your aunt. And even when he, like, found out, he was just still kind of like, yeah, but we don't. He was almost like,
Right.
we don't know.
Right.
Like, what? They're just scrolls.
Right.
Just paper.
Yeah, just like, you know, that person that I can see back in time told you too. But
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it. I don't know if Grandmaster Mari was around to confirm if they were fucking blood relatives, but goddamn, dude. Like, writers really burning that into burning into the storyline. Like, he refuses to bend the knee. He was hesitant, super hesitant at first, but he did it. They're banging. And oh wait, what's that? Oh, that's her nephew.
Right.
Kind of not a problem with them. I guess those two. But
At least with her, for sure.
yeah, she was like, oh, even better.
Right. She's like, ooh, I wondered. I knew I liked him for some reason.
Oh. I mean, he had dark hair. I had no idea, but
Right.
that explains the blonde bush. He fucking just had a big blonde muff. He's like, let me show you why they call me Snow.
Oh, no.
Like, because you're blonde bush? Who called
He's
you
like,
that?
well, actually, yeah.
Why did they give you that nickname? Or who gave you that nickname? All my buds at the wall? Like, who? The rapists?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not all of them were
Well-
rapists. Thieves. Child murderers. He called me Blonde Bush.
And that one fucking, I can't remember his name, dude. The one friend of John's at the wall that went there for stealing, but really he didn't actually steal. He just like pretty
Did-
much said that somebody, I can't remember who it was, but somebody in power was trying to bang him, and he was like, "No, I'm good."
Oh, the dude. When the wildlings were
Yeah, the dude
Fighting.
With the,
yeah, and he went in the like hallway, and the giant was running towards him.
I think it's a different dude, even smaller role. He's
Let's-
a dude with I want to say Sam at the time, whether maybe not Sam. I can't remember who it was, but they're like something about a bow. They both have bows, and he's like, "Fuck, I can't remember."
Oh, and he got
I
shot through the neck.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember his face, but I remember him getting.
yeah. He was like scared to fucking fight and shit, and then
Yeah. Sam was like, "Oh, you got one," and he's like,
yeah,
he was just like, and Sam was like, "Oh my, going to run now?"
Speaking of, I know it's not this episode, but dude, Sam should be fucking dead, dude. 100%. I'm over it. You're dead, dude. You ain't surviving that.
I really don't. I don't think I've ever said this, but I really don't like Sam because I was a huge Gio Mormont fan, and fucking Sam is like part of the reason why they hung around and got killed is because he was just like, oh well, we can get, you know. He was going for his personal gains with that chick Gilly,
Right.
so they're hanging around Craster's Keep, and then fucking Carl Tanner and Rast and shit. They were like, oh fuck this shit.
Right.
Give a fuck about Fat Boy.
Right.
And eating fucking hay for Carl Tanner, like besides drinking, like if he didn't drink wine of Gio Mormont's skull,
Right.
he'd be cool.
Right.
The other dude, Rast, that dude's just he stabbed Gior in the back.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
That dude looked like he had Down syndrome.
Yeah, he looked like if Marion Trant had a kid, he like looked at him and was like, send him to the wall.
Right.
Like he's literally minutes old. Send him to the wall.
Right. I could already tell. He's
He's-
got the down.
He's too old.
He's down with the sickness.
We'll get back to Marion Trant later, and you'll see what I mean. But Carl Tanner was besides the whole thing. But yeah, he was kind of a badass.
Yeah.
Carl fucking Tanner from Fleaball drinking wine out of Gio Mormont's skull. He got fucked up.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Hey, where were we at? We were at like Arya
Uh,
showing up.
Arya showing up, and I think the next scene is when John goes to talk to Tyrion.
Yeah.
I don't know. It basically, that scene, John talking to Tyrion, was Tyrion again trying to convince John that he needs to fucking do something that he doesn't want to do again.
Right.
Which
John
is
never know. John, like, it's weird. He like knows what's right and wrong, but doesn't ever act on it, dude. Like fully, you know. He's always like, I don't know.
that's what happens when you come from a bloodline of incest.
Right.
He's just like, I'll have 6 toes. Like, oh, okay. That's weird.
He's got the blood of the first men and Targaryen blood, dude. It's fucking wild. But it doesn't matter
Because his ex-girlfriend, I like how I refer to relationships in Game of Thrones, where it's like your ex or your girlfriend or dude really doesn't know nothing.
right.
He's just like, oh,
Right.
we'll just keep
You'll
walking.
always be my queen.
Oh. His accent's so strong. He's just, oh. Like, is Kit feeling all right? Like, yeah. Right. He's like, oh, all right. Scene or cut. And he's just like, how was that?
You're like,
what the fuck was that?
Dude,
You
like,
just talked fine. He's like, yeah. Well, what do you mean? He's like, that's how Jon Snow talks in my head.
it's like, well, don't do that.
He's like, I read your. He just keeps it real. He's like, I just read your stupid fucking script, mate, and now I'm just carrying on.
Well,
It's called
doing
method
what
acting.
I can, mate.
Yep. So it's more of the same, Tyrion and Jon's conversation, and then Jon's just like, nah. Basically, that's what he says. Nah.
He's
Like,
basically, yeah.
He does one of these too. He's just like to
Sorry,
Tyrion.
bud.
He's like, there. I always think about you, especially when I'm banging my aunt.
Right.
Like, what? Why would you think about me then? Well, I don't know. But right before he leaves, he's like, what about your sisters, man? You think she's going to have mercy on them? Didn't you
Right.
hear her?
Right.
She wants to liberate the known world. And your sister, Sansa's, I mean, this is what Tyrion says. She's just a stubborn bitch, too.
Right.
So there you go. You think about that. And Jon was just like, all right, I'll see you next time.
Right.
Just walks out. And he's like, man, he really is dumb. He said, see you next time. You fucking idiot.
So does he know I'm gonna die?
He's like getting, like, next scene, he's walking to go talk to Dany. And what if it was just, he's that dumb, he's just like lost. He's like, what?
Right.
Pulls out a map of King's Landing. He's like, this is, okay, if I'll go here.
Doesn't help. It's all burnt to shit.
He's like looking at his map and it's just upside down.
Yeah.
It's a coloring in map from Olive Garden
Right.
for like kids and shit, the placemats. He's like, where's Spaghetti Avenue? Dude,
And
that's
then-
Drogon.
Yeah. Then there's basically that scene where it's
Where
basically
he just comes out. So that is
The-
snow.
yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was, but I'd like it was bugging me. I was like, all right, what the fuck is this? Like during the episode, it was bugging me. I was like, is this snow or ashes? 'Cause-
Because there's still ashes falling this
Yeah.
heavily. Like right.
so I was like, am I dumb to think it's still ashes? I was like, big city, a lot of
I
fire.
would, right. I would think it would still be ashes. Honestly, what is this like? It's still basically it's still that day, right? Like
I would imagine, yeah.
like it's
Like-
got to be actually ashes, really. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you. I didn't look into it. If you have confirmation,
That was just some asshole.
it's just a guy like, yep, snow.
Snow. And I was just like, oh. Were you gonna say something before?
I was just gonna say like the next scene is him actually walking up to her. It's a scene from the Bran's vision that you the rest of Bran's vision that you that we've been waiting for, really. The scene where Danny's walking up to the throne and touches the throne.
Dude, Dany and Bran kind of had the same vision when she went to the house of.
Her vision, sorry.
Her
You're
vision,
right.
was
yeah,
it?
That,
Okay.
that was her vision.
Because
sorry.
Bran
Yeah.
did have a vision of like,
He had the vision of her going, basically torching King's Landing. really.
yeah, but it was just okay.
Like before she actually started torching it.
Yeah, and it wasn't really like, yeah, it wasn't her vision, and it wasn't even like
No.
confirmed who
Who was on it? Or
who
what
was on it or
going
what was
or-
that dragon
right,
even
right.
doing. Yeah, he goes talks to her, and she's just having a moment because she touches the throne, and she's like, "It's real."
She gets high as fuck when she touches that thing, dude.
Dude,
She's like a
power eye.
fucking yeah,
Power
dude.
eye, dude. She was
She's
just,
like, ah.
dude. She's like, she realizes, oh, it's just like my vision, standing here, and then touches the throne, and she's just like,
Then you just see John creep up in the back.
yeah,
It's a cool little.
yeah. But even before, I like that whole setup, that shot, just
Yeah.
how like that room is all destroyed and just the sky and shit, really lame. But it's funny, like her vision, and she's just getting all like fucking climactic almost. Like she's just like touches the throne, she's like, it's real, and just like a couple of moments before John shows up, she's just like, and I was like, oh,
Right.
I was like,
she gonna-
okay,
she gonna
this
tuck
is,
herself in here.
dude. Real quick before we move forward, I'm pretty sure Walsh told me like in the books, like she like one of the first times riding her dragon, she straight up has an orgasm.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe he was just fucking with me.
Right. He might have been. I don't know. She could have.
I just said that live.
It also
No.
could have been the way that George describes it too, like how it's described. He might have
Yeah.
like just been like, oh, I heard orgasm.
Yeah. I like reading the book, the first book, and just the sex scenes, and then just seeing George
just-
R. R. Martin. I was like, ew,
that
gross.
fucking
Ugh.
article I sent you from the Hard Times. It was like, "Hi, I'm George R. R. Martin, and I have never come," and it's just like him.
I don't come. Like, what? I just don't come. Like, during sex, he's like, I don't come.
Ever.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, do you masturbate?
He's like, "Ah!"
He's like, oh, wait, I just came. He's like, now it's time to finish that book. A Song of Fire and Cum. Like, oh, man.
Fix it.
I bet it.
Why does it do that?
What happened?
It's like something with the camera. It like
You got white?
no,
Whiter?
Yeah, that too, but it's just part of it.
I'm like judging physical features on you on the fucking screen. I'm
Mhm.
like, what? Your hair? Your what? Your
It's like certain things, like maybe changing scenes is what does it. No, maybe it's just random as shit. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
so
I think it's when it's trying to focus.
so this is technically the good camera.
It seems like that. Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy it. Dude, I'm gonna buy it. Fuck it. Yeah, we were talking about George R. R. coming for some reason. But yeah, so back to that scene. John shows up, kind of pulls a Gendry, less creepy though.
Right.
Dude, yeah, you said it after last night's episode about like kind of like not wording it 100%, but what you were saying basically was like, yeah, man, did you like see the full-on psycho in her when
Right.
she started talking
Like her
to John?
eyes and shit, like she's like fully high off fucking power, dude. Like
She's finally realizing it. She's like, yes, John. Like, that's how I kind of interpreted the scene too, but when you said it, I was like, yeah, like just
Absolutely.
straight. She's like full on like
lunatic.
like she's like her dial's right here when you meet her as a character, and like past mid season 5 when she starts murdering, like actually murdering, like you
Right.
know, it's like going like this. All right, it's justified. All right, she's going crazy. All right, better when I fell. All right, she's kind of going all right. She's fighting, but then she fucking after the Me Sunday thing, it's just full fucking snapped.
Right.
And then she was dialed in at 11 of being a full psycho. And we saw that when she was talking to John. She's like, yes, John. Like, she didn't say this word for word, but might as well. She was just like, yes, it's all ours. Join me for Break the Wheel.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was just like, whoa, dude.
Sounds like you got a couple broken wheels.
Oh, fucking somebody take her up to the old Rite Aid and get her script. Fuck. She's like, She just takes a pill and she's like, oh. She turns around. She's like,
whoa.
what happened? What is this? Did you do this, John? He's like,
Yeah, she just murders him.
he's
for it.
like, you're my queen, so I did it.
Yeah,
just
of
like-
course, right?
She's like, oh, you're yeah, we're gonna have to execute you, man. That's fucked up. He's like, okay.
Can we talk about real quick? I know, like, first of all, I know Drogon is supposed to be like this right before that. Like, he's supposed to be guarding. Like, he's like basically guarding the entrance to where she's at.
Yeah.
That's her Kingsguard at that point. Really, you know what I mean?
The dragon. Yeah.
Right, but it's like, where the fuck was her Kingsguard actually? Because, you know what I mean? Like, you think they'd just be around no matter what after some shit like that happens, you know?
Oh, like,
Her torching on the whole city. You think you'd need to be by her no matter what? Like, what kind of anybody could be still left in that building that want? You know what I mean?
yeah, that's
Somebody
true.
just take a leap of faith and just charge at her like Theon. Anybody, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude, Theon would have did it. That would have been funny if Theon, like, okay, so the Night King obviously doesn't kill Theon, but Theon does what he did to the Night King, or tries to do to the Night King, but does it to Dany
right.
in all slow motion. Because, like, you think back to it, like, it's half and half with me that Theon running at the Night King full speed. Like, it's funny, but at the
Right.
same time, it's like, all right, Theon, you're
Right.
facing death, and you're just like, fuck it.
Right.
I've got my comforting, you know, whatever. But it's if he did that slow motion to Dany, yeah, he's killing her. And that's what's
Yeah.
funny, because all slow motion charging, like, remember, try not to think about Theon doing that or attempting to do that with the Night King. Slow motion with him going full charge of Dany, just full motion, like, and then like when they actual speed, she's just like, oh,
Like,
Oh my god. I don't even know who you are. Have they ever I don't think Theon and Danny ever like fully like have like crossed. Like
Right.
they've like the war room in Winterfell before
Yeah.
the actual battle, they were all in that room.
Right.
She was there. But like I don't think it was like
Then he sees with
you're
them just too.
Theon, right? Like you're the
Right.
dude with no dick. She's the man or the woman with no name. You're the dude with no dick.
And this is the other dude with no dick who's banging my best friend.
Yeah.
here.
Like we should
Yo, what up,
really go on a double date to TGI Fridays.
Right.
Just hope nobody burns it down,
Right.
bitch.
I tell you what, dude, don't take them to Lafayette. They're just gonna get bummed, dude. They're gonna be like, "Really? You take us here? What is
Co-
this supposed to mean, huh? Coney Island? Hot dogs? What the fuck is
Oh
this,
yeah. I was like, you don't like Lafayette?
dude?"
Really, Lafayette. I don't want to get super sidetracked, but Lafayette, it's the same hot dogs as next door.
Yeah.
It
It's just
wasn't.
a vibe, dude.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Right.
But I don't think more than 4 years ago, it was the same. It wasn't the
They
same hot
switched
dog.
to the same one
Yeah.
like 4 years ago, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing that they're the same.
Like the
I know
owners
it was
of
a while ago. But
yeah, like the owners of Lafayette were like, their hot dogs got bumped up in price by the company. I don't know if it was Dearborn or a different company, but they're like, yeah, we're bumping the prices. And Lafayette was like, well, we're not buying them anymore. So they just probably went next door like, what are you guys using?
Right.
Like, oh yeah, Dearborn Meats, they got some good hot dogs. This is what we use. Like, oh,
Like, all right.
all right, well, hate your Coney Island.
Right.
Just walk out. Like we're related. And then
Yeah, that's pretty much what I say, Taiki, by the way.
yeah, it's so like, yeah.
It's like, I'm about to get a milkshake with my dad in American Coney Island.
Bright colors.
Yeah, Dad.
So there's two kinds of people.
Why did Mom leave?
He's like, because of this reason. He just grabs a bottle of ketchup.
Oh, no.
And she's like, his son just like, he just shits himself. And then the fucking waiter, the Greek waiter, walks by. The little kid that just shit himself, like, oh yeah, number 3.
Oh, no. Loose burger, huh?
I just rocked my head so hard against the wall because you probably got a hole there now. But I just rocked my head because I pictured a kid shitting himself at American Coney Island after his dad told him why the reason his mom left. Yeah.
Anyways, what were
Doulos
we actually...
burgers. Everything. They don't have Verners. They have like Murners. It's the same thing. Come on. What the fuck is Murners?
Manada Dry. Manitoba Dry.
The fucking Manitoba. Oh man. Yeah, so John kills Danny. Dude, but before that, like, so yeah, we kind of touched up like why, or yeah, she's like going full psycho mode, like, one of us, John, one of us, and he's just like, yeah, and
He's like, about that.
he's like, oh, this be McQueen, and they go into kiss, and I told you this, but when they go to kiss, he's just like, I try to get close, to see the face. So it's like a side scene like this because they kiss, but like his face is just like move it and pretend the microphone's her, move it in. He's just like, and I'm just like, dude, isn't that your thing? Being like incest? You should just be like, I was about to just go full on with this, but if I turn sideways and do that.
Like,
a
dude,
dick.
check it out, dude. Look how fucking red I am right now because of this camera.
Live from Miami Beach.
Right. Rock lobster.
Dude, I couldn't get that out of my fucking head, man. It was just how, like, before he stabbed her, but like I didn't know that was gonna happen right there or anything, obviously. But
I seriously was saying the whole time, like before, like when they started to embrace each other about that, I was like, you better stab her. He better stab her. He better stab her.
Yeah,
and
'cause-
then he goes in for the kiss. He's acting all reluctant. I was like, he better stab her. So I'm just waiting. So, and then it happened. And I was like, cool, thank you.
yeah, like I don't know, maybe it was actually like between them saying the last word to each other and them embracing the kiss, and him like stabbing her. I think it was maybe like 10 seconds. Just his face the whole time. I was like, this dude gay now?
He's
He's just like, ooh. I was like, that's not even him. I was like, what if that's Arya?
right.
She got all power hungry and like wears his face. That's the thing. Like, I was pissed. I took the blanket from my girl.
Why were you pissed? You didn't want her to get stabbed?
He wrote a paragraph like we said about people earlier,
Right.
which is fine. Don't leave.
It
Please.
looks like a paragraph, but I mean, I guess it is. It just looks like that because we have the thing so big. It's really just like
yeah.
one sentence.
He just looks so awkward. I was like,
Yeah,
between
YouTube doesn't pop up, is what you were saying, basically. Yeah, all right.
before she got stabbed, I was just like, oh, that's a really weird face. And then when she was like, I was like, oh, okay. He was gonna cry like a little bitch.
All right.
Hey, Carol.
What up, Carol? Come here, Carol. No? All right.
Carol, first in her name. Sleeper on blankets.
All right.
And yeah, he stabbed
Licker
her.
of beds. She
Licker
always
of
licks
beds?
my bed, dude. Just
Yeah.
licks the spot randomly.
I do that. Yeah, stabbed her.
I just loved her, dudes. Yeah, I mean, I hear you.
You being for real?
She was a good character. Even her going mad. She was definitely a cool character. But, I mean,
Don't worry, she'll be like,
she's my queen.
Amelia Clarke has played her for like 10 years or 9 years, or whatever. Don't worry, dude. Next time she's in something, you'd be like, oh, Daenerys.
Right,
Be like, because that's who you are now.
right. Unfortunately for all you really talented actors that got
Yeah.
casted at this show that blew up.
See, it doesn't matter with somebody like the guy that plays Davos. If anything, that just really helped him,
Right.
like
It's
financially.
like the big main characters.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm fucking old as shit, man.
Right.
Like, I mean, he's not that old, but like, he's just kind of like, what am I gonna do? Fucking now, my career's gonna take off.
Right.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
He's like, I'll just fucking take some fucking commercials here and there,
Yeah.
probably, most likely, and I'll just fucking coast off this Game of Thrones money.
You could get sponsored by like an onion company to do commercials.
Right.
You know.
Young and Knight.
So yeah, he stabs her and puts her down gently.
And he should have. I know for the sake of like the scene, he had to stab her with the dagger. But come on, give me a little nod towards the Lightbringer. Like, he needs to fucking stab her with his Valyrian steel. It would have been dope. Make Lightbringer out of it. Like, at least give us something. Like, that was fucking dope.
Wait, Lightbringer.
It's like a fucking, like, prophesized sword. That's like the sword that Azor Ahai fucking uses. Like, pulls it from the flames. But basically the way you make it is by, like, stabbing, like it's Valyrian steel plus the love of life into the forging of the sword. I know it's like a forging of the sword thing, but I wanted like at least the symbolism of him stabbing her with that and maybe possibly making it, even though it's like a thing in the book. So like,
so he puts her down all gently and is, I would say heartbroken.
dude, that's actually a really good point. Amelia Clarke is way uglier than Dany. She's got those gnarly eyebrows and stupid voice, and she's like, she just comes off as really young and stupid.
Yeah, Taiki, you're probably right.
Yeah.
No.
It's just still, like, there's still, the average person is just going to be like, well, that's Jon Snow.
The same people signed the petition like, Jon Snow's in this movie.
Right.
Jon Snow's, it's funny, Jon Snow's real name is Kit, and he's playing David Hasselhoff's character in
yeah, I'm waiting
show.
for that Dark Tower series, dude. It's a Wizard and Glass. I'm stoked, but they're probably going to fuck that up immensely, so. They fucked up entirely by picking that book to adapt, in my personal opinion, dude.
So is that why the dude that plays Brown wasn't really in this season, you think?
Shit. I don't even think
Shooting?
they started filming. with the other
Okay,
one yet.
okay.
Yeah.
He just hated his ex-wife or girlfriend so much, Cersei. They're like, you're not in any scenes with her, man. We fucking planned this out. Season 5. He's like, yeah, I know what you guys are up to. You want me to bend the knee to her?
Are they Wait, what, is that a thing?
The dude that played Bron and Lena Headley.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were dating
Oh wow.
like season 4 or 5, and they had like a really shitty breakup. That Bron, the dude that played Bron, is like, I won't be in any more fucking scenes with that bitch.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like straight up. Like no joke. He was just
That's
like, I
hilarious.
want on the show, but I don't want on the scenes with her. They're like,
It's like if you want Game of Thrones money, you'll do whatever fucking scenes we write, dude.
He's
Simple
like-
as that.
he's like, and I want a castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like legit. He's like, I want that castle. I want that hog garden we keep talking about in that room with everybody.
You realize this is fake, right? Yeah.
He just seems like the guy that would just be like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah, I want hog garden. That's fake, man. He's like, why we talk about it so much? Because
It's a show.
it's a show. He's like, then show me the hog garden.
It just never ends.
You ever seen that Jerry Maguire movie? Show me the money, show me the hog garden. It's like, dude, it doesn't exist. He's like, then I won't exist tomorrow morning on the set.
He murders himself in the hotel room.
Bron?
Yeah. Just to prove a point.
He's like, I'll show those fucking cocksuckers.
Dude, Taiki, speaking of like what sword was it? I saw this meme, or my girl showed me this meme. It was basically like, it was like Drogon looking at the sword in Daenerys, and it was like pointy thing. Then Drogon looking at the Iron Throne, it was like also pointy thing, and it was like, you son of a bitch, like, flaming it, dude.
Yeah, so when
The logic there is just
yeah, so fucking Dany's dead, and then Drogon is kind of like Drogon shows up and he's like
what's that?
and nudges her and stuff, and like looks at Jon, looks at the throne, looks at Dany, looks at the throne, looks at Jon, and opens his mouth, and you see the fire, and I was like, for a split second, I'm like, oh, see ya,
Right.
see ya, Kip, and he just starts burning everything, and then he burns the Iron Throne, melts it down, and then takes Dany with his claw and like flies off to fucking, I don't know, Minnesota or some shit.
Right. Probably Valeria.
Dude, the facial expression of Kit or Jon after all that, like melting the throne and then Drogon taking off with Dany, the facial expression for a split second, to me at least, seemed like Jon Snow was like, that was pretty fucking cool. He was kind of like, he's like, fucking,
That's hilarious.
he melted that. He's just turning around and it's a zoomed out shot of him. He's like, oh, there's nobody here. And he just awkwardly walks away.
Here's the thing I want to know. I know they put a lot of like weight in the intelligence of the fucking dragons in the show. Like they talk about it quite a few times about how they're like really smart. But was that supposed to be like Drogon actually knowing what was up? Or just like
Or him actually, like the meme thing?
No. Like him actually knowing what was up, being like, oh, Jon didn't really kill her. The pursuit for the throne killed her. Like, and then shifts his attention towards the throne. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the dragons are that intelligent. I think the symbolism is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But I think it was more like something about your bloodline means I can't kill you. So I'm gonna fucking I'm pissed. I'm just gonna take off now. Like that's how I read it. Like I can't really kill you because you're a fucking Targaryen for whatever reason, but I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah, I kind of had like as that scene ended, I had like a quick thinking about that. Like you were saying, I thought it was like because your bloodline, Jon's bloodline,
Right.
and not the pursuit, but I was kind of like, or after the episode, like thinking back about that, it was like the bloodline of Jon. Why Drogon's not gonna kill him is like, well, fucking homeboy's already got a chair. This is not needed. I'm gonna be nice and
Right.
fucking melt it, take off. No, but I don't know. I think it was just the bloodline thing, and I think that's what the symbolism was like.
Yeah,
this
that's
has
what
led to my mom's
Right.
death or whatever. So
I think the
Good about
symbol. Yeah, like I think the symbolism is there, but not as far as like the dragon knowing what's up. Because I've seen memes of people like thinking that the dragon is like thinks like that. Like, oh,
yeah,
he had to do it. I get it.
yeah.
I'm a dragon, but I get all that inner fucking workings. I think that was the symbolism behind it. But, I mean, at the end of the day, did he really? Because we still have the same type of fucking You just have a different kind of ruler. We still have the same type of ruling over Westeros, you know? There's nothing fucking different. The way I know it's not different, dude, is because when the only logical person thought of, like, brought something up at that meeting,
Yeah.
the only like Sam, which is bringing up, like, how about we make it an actual democracy and let everybody vote? And they were like,
Yeah.
they were like, bullshit, dude. What? You gonna
No.
let the dogs vote too?
Yeah.
Like,
Not to like skip too far ahead and stay on it, but that part where they were all laughing at him and they said shit like, "Yeah, let me ask my horse." Or, "What, we're gonna let dogs vote?" That was like half, to me. That was like half like sitcom-ish
right.
and half like kind of taking like political issues today, like gay marriage. Like, what do you want, my dog?
Right.
You're gonna
right.
marry
That's
your
what
dog?
I'm saying. That's the
Yeah.
same. Like, yeah. That's not what I was saying, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's like, yeah, ask
Yeah.
your fucking dog.
Right.
Go grab it. You
I don't
fucking
know. We're
idiot.
talking about people here, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Of course, it was Admiral Tully that said it.
If Varys was there, he would have been down. He'd have
He'd
been,
been like,
yeah.
"Why are you guys laughing?"
And he would have tried to poison all of them like a fucking fat piece of shit, dude.
What if he wanted the throne for himself?
I mean, I would have been fine with giving it to him. He seems like he's out for the people.
Yeah. The greater good of the realm. Dude has a full head of hair in real life.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking luscious. Full, like, head of gray hair. You see the pictures of the premiere, and he's just standing there in between, like, the dude that plays Davos and, like, Jon Snow and, like, Peter Dinklage. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy?
Right.
Is that DB Benoit guy? And he's just like, oh, I'm, like, looking closer. Like, that's Varys.
Yeah, same. Right. They switched from Michelin because Michelin tires explode. Remember that? Was that Michelin or was that Firestone? No, they switched from Firestone to Michelin. They
Oh, yeah. And then what? Like, the dragon flies away, and then it does, like, a fade to black, and then Tyrion wakes up.
yeah.
Or no, he's already awake, but
It shows Tyrion and
yeah. And they walk him to, what is that called? That's called the Dragon Pit. That's where they had that meeting at season 7 or the
Yeah.
finale.
yeah, that really impractical meeting of people that hate each other, and it was just so civil for whatever reason. Like, dude, why did nothing go down right there, dude? Like, if thinking back on it, like, if Cersei really, like, I don't know. I guess there was dragons there. Why she didn't do anything, but I don't know. It
Yeah.
just seems like, dude, that's so ridiculous. They're gonna catch a White Walker. And I'm still not over this, dude. You're gonna
The White
catch a
Walker
White
thing?
Walker and bring it to Cersei and show her, and that's what your plan is. Like, it sounds so like terrible.
Yeah.
You're gonna catch a White Walker. Like, I don't know. Like, what the fuck is that?
This is Jon Snow, and we're gonna catch a White Walker.
Dude, like- Throughout this whole show, that's all I was thinking about. I'm like, man, they put stuff together so well. They seem to like make characters cross paths so well that I'm like curious to see how they bring all these characters together at the end. Because at this point in time, it felt like that's where it was heading. Like, there was an army of the dead on the way. People
Yeah.
gotta come together in order to stay alive. Like they just have to meet up. They definitely made them meet up, like all be in the same place relatively at the same time. But it was like so cheesy, dude. Like, gonna catch a White Walker and bring it to Cersei. What is this, dude?
What if on the way to King's Landing with the White Walker in the crate, it just drops and breaks open? They're like, fuck.
Right.
God damn it.
Another thing is, like, they show that scene where I think it's the Hound or just some rando. It could have been a rando too. They like accidentally hit the cage that he's in, and he just goes wild inside the cage. It's like, "Arr!" like screaming and shit.
Yeah.
And then like the Hound leaves to go grab it, and the whole time he's like carrying the fucking cage. No, not a peep out of the fucking thing, dude. Like nothing.
The big ass box or the crate or
Like,
whatever.
nothing, dude. He's just like, oh, I'm just chilling. He's just taking me somewhere. I'll chill.
So yeah, they have the
I don't know.
So Tyrion is still a prisoner. Grey Worm brings Tyrion to basically it was all the lords of each house.
Yeah.
There was
Of the main, is it of the kingdoms at that time?
yeah,
Whoever was controlling the main houses of those areas.
yeah. You had what was it, Oberyn's nephew or son?
Whoever the fuck
Nephew,
that was.
yeah, because Oberyn's brother was killed.
And
The dude in
then
the wheelchair.
they killed that kid's kids.
Yeah.
Or that dude's kids.
Yeah. So
He's
basically,
just some new prince, however they elected him. I don't even know who he is, but
it's just some dude like in a nice
Right.
outfit, and they're like, "Hey, we got a meeting to go to." He's like, "Oh,
you
what?"
think damn well he would have showed up there and been like, "Damn, this ain't the place for me, man. Like, we'll just
Yeah.
we'll stay an independent kingdom still." Like, why does that one work? From there.
YouTube works there, it just doesn't show up there.
Oh. That's weird. Anyways,
So they were talking, and then yeah, John. It's revealed that John's been captured prisoner by the Unsullied. Sam.
but it's like, dude, like, what is even going on at that point? Like,
they're like, we don't know what to do because there's no king or queen.
right. So it's like,
So-
why is Tyrion even here right now? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is the point? Like, were they taking him to execute him in front of everybody or to find out his fate? Is that what was going on with that? Like, why did he bring Tyrion there for that? And why was Grey Worm there? Why the fuck was Grey Worm there?
Because they did, I think
Because
they
he was
didn't
the
want
master of war or whatever.
war. So then Tyrion resigned. So I think that would be like the next dude in line,
Dude, talking about getting it hard, dude. Wait.
like ranking. So Queen Daenerys, then the Hand, and then since she didn't have anybody else, Grey Worm was the what is that, master of war.
Yeah. So he just
So
moves up to-
Tyrion resigned, Dany dead, so I think
Right.
he would move up, and to avoid conflict and blood, or another war, and Grey Worm, I guess, was like, all right, reasonable enough to be like, work something out,
Right.
but not that easy. Like, hey guys, we got him, but you know,
Right.
obviously, if you like, Grey Worm was pretty fucking pissed,
Right.
but I think a part of him was like,
But why at Tyrion at that point? Just because he was captured? Or
he was
because she told
his,
him, right?
his prisoner, and it's
Right.
just based, I guess, I think like bringing Tyrion in front of them, like, I don't know, man. Like maybe it was like, yeah, he's all right. We'll bring him. He's doing all right. We didn't kill him or anything like that.
Right,
Like
right, to
present him to the
show, right.
leaders of the Seven Kingdoms, and at the same time, it's like there's no king or queen, so you gather all the leaders of the houses, and got to figure out, one, what are we doing with Tyrion and Jon? Two, what's the repercussions of that? And three, who's the new king and queen? How do we figure that out? That's what I
Right.
kind of got from it. I know it's bad writing, but
Right.
that's what I got
They're
from
like,
it.
fuck it, let's just kill four birds with one stone with this one scene, basically.
They should, like, not that I wanted it to happen, but honestly, like, Unsullied should have been like, you know what?
Right.
Slice his throat and just been like, Grey Worm would be like, yo, take these motherfuckers out.
Right.
Breaking the wheel, baby.
Right. That would have been cool. At
Um,
least it would have been like, it wouldn't have felt like a weird fairy tale ending for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. That's now that I think about it, or now that you said that, that kind of is what the ultimate ending kind of is.
It's like, dude, like, what is the point of Sansa staying independent other than the fact that to get what she wants at the end of the day? Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, Bran is your brother, and he controls the 6 other kingdoms. Like, why don't they follow him? Like, why not? I don't get it. They won't follow him. But they follow you? Like, how stupid are you?
So, yeah.
I don't know.
So basically, Tyrion in his little speech or whatever was like, fucking, I nominate, or Grey Worm's like, all right, well, I don't know, pick one or something, a
Right.
king or queen. And Tyrion does a little speech and nominates Bran, and then
Also, oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Also, how many scenes are they going to do where somebody shuts Tyrion up because they know he'll
Oh,
talk
yeah.
himself out of something and then let him talk the whole fucking scene? They just always do that. Like that scene
Yeah.
with Bran and him and with the crossbow this season. Like, he's like, shut up, another word out of you. Like, no. And
Yeah.
then he just continues to talk and he lets him.
And then, well, not really the same thing, but just how Tyrion works, like, how he told 3 different stories to 3 different people, Varys,
Right. To find.
Littlefinger,
Right.
to find the snitch,
Who
and it
actually
was grand child molester Parcell,
Right.
because he told him 3 stories, and then Cersei came back like, you really want to ship her off to Dorne?
Right.
And he was like, okay, it was
Right.
Grand Maester molester. Yeah. So they gotta like pick somebody, and Tyrion fucking says Bran the Breaker. Little nod to Bran the Builder.
Like that's a cool way to write Tyrion as a clever, like, person who talks his way out of things. That's just like clever in general.
Yeah.
There's like setting up a scenario where he talks himself out of something when he's not supposed to be talking is not a good way to write that. It's just like, all right, you're just gonna let him talk when he's not supposed to right now. Like he's in chains and he's like dominating the conversation here. What's going on here?
All the characters and shit are just like, don't pick up on
Listen
it. Like,
to him. Like, why?
like, oh, I know you just told him to shut the fuck up,
All right.
and you know,
Half you motherfuckers, like, weeks ago, basically did not care and wanted to kill me, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did not, like, most of you didn't trust me, that's for sure, dude. Like, most of you in Winterfell when all that stuff was going down. There was weird riffs and stuff while he was there, like.
So he nominates Bran, and then I know for sure Sam was the first one to be like, I. Or let me do an actual Sam. I. And then everybody's just kind of like, yeah, I don't have any good ideas, even though this isn't really that great of an idea. So everybody says I, and then when it gets to Sansa, she's like, what did she say? Like, we want to stay, the North wants to stay independent. Or like, I love and respect
First of all, she's
you.
like, Bran, your fucking dick doesn't work. I don't know how you're going to be the king.
I was like, bitch,
Right.
it ain't a bone, and it ain't muscle. The boy worked good. Bitch. When's the last time you got some?
Right.
I warg and I go, fuck.
Right.
That's what he does. That's why in the fucking, how he left Theon in the woods, he was like, I'll be right back.
Yeah, he just
He's
wants
just
to go.
warging and just banging like fucking.
Ravens, dude, just
Yeah.
banging other birds.
And then the next scene of the ravens, it's like 100 of them. It's like, oh, where all these come from? Just banging ravens.
Bran the Builder.
Bravens. Banging, coming and going. So yeah, she's like, we're declaring our independence, blah, blah, blah. And Bran's like,
What if you're just like, no.
he's like, take her away.
Yeah, he's like,
She's like, what?
bend
But
the
I'm
knee.
your sister. You're like, and I was your brother once.
Right.
He just wargs. He wargs into the guillotine. Like he's the blade now. He's like, this is awesome. I should use a guillotine to give him a fucking haircut. Anyways, so yeah, they pick Bran.
What are you doing?
I was trying to tell you in 1 hour.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I knew you were trying to tell me something, so that's why I asked.
So they pick Bran as the new king, and it's perfect that his dick don't work because he can't have any kids, and that's the stipulation of the new breaking the wheel system. It's like, it won't be his kid because this is Tyrion. Tyrion's like, it won't be his kid, and trust me, fucking king's sons can be a little crazy.
That's such a fucking fallacy, though. You can't base anything off of that, Tyrion. Like,
One fucking time.
right? It's like, well, that person was crazy, so you know what? Every king's kid's gonna be crazy. Like, it's like,
Yeah, maybe if your brother didn't fuck your sister
right.
and push out 3 fucking...
Maybe we just don't have people that have sex with their own family have kids and put them in the throne. Like, how about that?
How about we make that against the law of the realm? You can't fuck somebody you're related to. And everybody's just like...
Everybody.
They don't even show the reaction. You just hear them in the background. They're like, oh, what? I can't fuck my cousin anymore? All right, she's not my cousin. Still fucking her.
Right. Prove I'm related to her.
Grandmaster Mari. He's like, you are not the father. And he's like, oh, gross. I just fucked some random chick that I'm not related to? Ew. Have Mari killed. And yeah, so that's a stipulation why it's considered breaking the wheel. So it's not going to be by blood. It's going to be chosen by the 6, not 7 now, because Sansa's a selfish bitch.
Right, so there's no possible tiebreaker. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do they do then?
Right.
What? Fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
What? Did you think about that earlier or just now?
Just now, yeah.
That's like
Because I went forward like this and came back.
that's like boxing having only 12 rounds.
Right.
It's like, what if they both win 6 rounds? Like, well, it's a draw. Like, yeah, I know that.
Right.
But they just beat the shit out of each other for like an hour, and now you're gonna be like, it's a draw, and they'll be like, what?
Like it was all for
Your
nothing.
fucking eyes are all swollen. They're like, I didn't win. I thought I won. It used to be 15 rounds, and then somebody was like, that's too much. Okay,
I
13.
can't sit as a viewer and watch it for that. Like,
Yeah, people that made the decision of boxing were people that don't watch boxing. They're like, 15 rounds of two men just beating the shit out of each other?
jeez, let's get some limited there.
I was just about to say, that's a guy saying it.
Actually, it was because of
Brain damage?
somebody got killed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who? Shouldn't have been boxing.
Some Chinese guy came over and boxed, and he said it's win or die.
that's
And
the problem.
he died. So they changed it to 12 rounds.
So that was probably the 80s, because I think that was the last decade of 15 rounds. Oh, dude, was it the guy that, I don't know, maybe when I say his name, it'll spark something if you know, but was it the dude that boxed Ray Mancini? It was like on ABC. Like when in the 80s, ABC had like worldwide of sports, like daytime,
Right.
like 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's like where U.S. beat the USSR and the Miracle on hockey. It was on ABC prime time.
Right.
I think they did in the 80s, and like, yeah, Ray Boom Boom Mancini like beat the shit out of this dude for like 15 rounds. I don't know why they didn't throw the towel in, but they just beat the shit out of him for like
you win or you die.
15 exactly.
Yeah, because the Chinese guy literally told all of his friends and family, I got to win or die, and he wrote it on the wall in his hotel, and he died.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe you could have like thrown win or lose. Maybe that would have been better for you, dude.
He probably just didn't want to go back to China.
Right.
China in the 80s. That's like flea bottom.
Right.
He was probably like, all right. He's the one going into the where they hand wrap the boxer's gloves. He's like, check his gloves. Like, and then somebody takes them and just like cuts it open and puts like concrete filler in it. He's like, yep, they check out. We're good. Everything's fair.
It'd be funny if like they cut open the gloves first and he's just holding a bunch of like, or he's just holding 2 Rice Krispie treats. They're like, sir, do you have Rice Krispie treats in your hands right now under your gloves?
You should use these
Snap,
gloves.
crackle, pop, son.
You should use these gloves. They fit better. And he's like, Ray Mancini's like, no, I kind of like my gloves. And, you know, they're already signed by the athletic department. He's like, no. But apparently the Chinese guy talks like this. Fuck it. He's like, no, you should just wear these gloves, man. He said, come on, they're from China. I don't want to go back to China. He's like, what was the last part about China? He's like, they're from China. He's like, all right. And he punches him like for the first time in round one. He's like, wow. All right. He's like, I like these. He's like, all right, I'm going to take a dive. He's like, no. He just keeps going for 12 rounds. Kills him in the ring. Or Ray Mancini's like, yeah. Fuck you.
Piece of shit. Just start saying racist ass shit.
I was just gonna say something as Ray Mancini, but I didn't want to. I'll say it off air. Fuck it. Yeah, now it's 6 kingdoms. Where's the tiebreaker?
Yeah. I guess they go to Sansa and ask.
She's
They don't ask her shit, really. The fucking.
I just imagine her like in that scenario of like, a raven comes in and who gets the raven when it shows up? Their Grand Maester of each kingdom. He's like, oh, my grace, a raven from King's Landing. There's been a tie. The king is dead. And she's like in a bathtub, like with her hands out, and like her servants are just
crown
like
on her head still.
Servants are just like doing her nails, and like somebody's massaging her scalp, and she's just like, why? It's been like 2 weeks. But my grace, it's been 20 years. Your brother's dead. She's like, oh my God. I don't care. The cuter guy.
Yeah. Pretty much.
He's just like, okay. He's like looking at a picture of both of them. He's like, I don't know who's cuter. Which one is cuter? John, please figure this out. If you were a woman, who would you fuck? Him.
Like, why did they have to give that to Sansa? Like, why? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. Forget her. I'm sick of talking about her. And we've only been talking about her for like 6 seconds.
For real, though. What a shit character, honestly, dude.
Liberation. Yeah, so after that, they all pick Bran. And then it's kind of not a montage, but like Just showing everybody what they're doing. Grey Worm and the Dickless boys are on their Dickless boats, going back to Dickless fucking West Essos or whatever. Were they going north?
Island of Noth. Yeah.
North? That sounds fun. A bunch of dudes with no dicks on an island. Fucking have fun with that. Dickworm. And then what happens?
Grey Worm. Yeah, come on, dude.
It was a stupid name. He's like, maybe I can't remember, but like, what do you want to be called? He's like, Grey Worm. Like, all right, one, gross. I don't even, Grey Worm?
Ew. You ain't even got a worm, dog.
He's like, it was the name of my first pet. Like, all right, well, we'll just call you Rick till we figure out something a little bit better.
You notice like the last 2 episodes they called him by his real name?
Yeah.
Like, can't even pronounce it. I don't remember what it is, but they just call him by his real name for whatever reason.
How many fucking names do you need, man?
I know.
I get it. You're fucking girl.
The more titles you have, the more you turn into a piece of shit. Dude.
Yeah. Fucking Rick. And then what? Real quick. I don't know if I said this to you. I think I said it to Walsh, but they brought back Edmer fucking Tully just to make him look like a fucking idiot one last time,
Right.
and I fucking loved it. You stupid fucking haircut.
Like, Uncle, sit down.
He's just like, excuse me. Like, you dirty piece of shit. You got your cool, badass uncle killed because you're a bitch.
Right, pretty much.
What was his name?
Blackfish.
Blackfish. That dude was dope as fuck.
Yeah, he was.
He's like, got him killed because, Edmer couldn't fucking shoot an arrow. The whole Viking send-off or whatever.
I like what they did. They definitely confirmed his death. I'm not going to say he didn't die because, like, I would say it's confirmed in the show. But the reason they did that the way they did, you know how the guy comes up to Jamie. And he's like, we found the Blackfish. He's like, bring him to me. He's like, oh, he died in battle or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like they don't show you him dying. It's like, but in the books, he's like, that stuff happens and he escapes. So, like, he actually does get away in the books, but it's like that's why they don't show his death. But I know it's confirmed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's like
in the books.
That's the right. Well, I know it's confirmed in the show that he died. It's not confirmed that he died in the books. The reason they didn't show it on film but confirmed it, was because in the books he didn't. He's not actually dead or whatever. You know, it's kind of like a nod to the books. Because you know what I mean? That's like the general rule of Game of Thrones. Like they don't die on it or on screen. They probably didn't die, but that one he's like definitely did. You know?
Yeah,
and that's why they did that. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, so he swim away because he's a good.
Swimmer? Like that's the idea in the books, I guess.
Yeah, somebody. I think you or Walsh told me that he swam away, or I think it was Walsh.
And in the show they make a nod to that as well by Pod and Brienne. Getting away on that little canoe in the river.
Oh yeah, they were rowing away. That dude was fucking.
Speaking of Pod, good for Pod, dude. Honestly.
Oh yeah, he's a knight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, he'll die a week later. Like actually come into like battle, and he's like, "Oh man, I thought things were cool now."
Yeah, it's like I thought we were done.
It's just some drunk guy trying to rob him. He's like, "I don't got money." He's like, "I don't got no money." He's like, "You're wearing a gold armor suit, man.
Like,
just give it to me."
Got me there.
He's like, all right. So yeah, Sansa's the Queen of the North. Whatever. Apparently Arya turns into fucking Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that cheesy shit, dude?
I want to go west. Yeah, that'd be west.
First of all, it's like, dude, I get it. Like, you spent most of your journey training to come help your family when they needed it the most. But dude, you don't know it's over. Where are you going? You can't just leave, dude. Like, where are you going, dude? Like, sorry, you gotta help your family still, you piece of shit. Arya's a piece of shit, dude. Prove me wrong. She's a piece of shit for that, dude. Like, where are you going? Where are you going? What are you gonna find, dude?
I didn't think about that when I put my list together. But yeah, she just bounces and then Jon Snow, oh yeah, it wasn't enough for Tyrion to be forced to be, Bran's hand king or whatever the fuck. I don't even care anymore.
I like how when he's like, oh no, I don't want it.
Yeah, he's like,
He's
please.
basically just like, he thought for sure he was gonna get out of it. He was like, "Nah, I'm good."
And he's like, you can't do that. And he's like, I just did. I'm the king. I was like, all right, the only cool thing you've ever said, Bran.
Right. Pretty much.
Ever. And then he's like,
And
don't worry.
And you're a good man, Theon.
Yeah,
That
that. Like he's gonna be spending his life correcting all those mistakes he's made. And Grey Worm was like, all right, but what about that Jon guy?
Right.
We want blood. And it's like, no, you're not getting blood. Then the next scene, Tyrion's like, yeah, you're going back to the wall, man.
Right.
How about that?
It's like, dude, you told me to do this, dude. Like, you told me to do this, Tyrion.
He's like,
"Oh,
what?
sorry, bud."
He's like, yeah, it's funny. Like Tyrion, when they're having that council meeting with when they pick Bran as a king, he's just all haggard and rough, 2 weeks in jail and shit, and just beard's bigger, dirty. And then they're like, what about, or Grey Worm's like, well, what about Jon? This isn't enough he killed our queen. Next scene, Tyrion's got like a haircut. He's all clean shaved. He's got an outfit. He's like, yeah, you're going back to the wall, man.
He's
And
like,
Jon with his fat nose and his beard, he's like, was it all worth it?
right.
Did I do it right? And he was just like, I don't know, man. Ask me in like 10 years, dude.
Right.
I'm gonna go bang some fucking whores.
Right.
He's like, okay. I guess I'll see you later. He's like, yep.
He's like, have fun, bud.
So I'll see you whenever, man. Bring a jacket. And then Jon says his goodbye to Sansa and then Arya, and then bends the knee to Bran. And I saw something funny. It was like that scene, and he's bending the knee, and it was just like a meme. Somebody typed up above Jon's. Oh my God, people won't know we're in TVs.
Oh no.
Somebody typed.
Jig is up.
Somebody typed above Bran's head, like an air bubble. He was like, "Hey Jon, you can stand up, man. They're gone.
Right. Yeah, for real. Though, dude.
We'll just dye your
That's
hair."
how I was thinking about that
Yeah.
too. I'm like, what is this?
They're like, what if they actually did that? Like he's bending the knee, he says what he had to say, and Bran's just like this. He's like, oh, you get up now.
Right.
He's like, Jon's like, you sure? Are they gone? He's like, yeah, man, they're gone. He's like, oh, thank God. They're stupid, and they have no penises, and they just all jump in the air, and it freezes, and they roll credits.
It's a Game of Thrones.
It's like, thanks for spending 10 years with us.
Hope we didn't fuck up your night.
Down.
Another funny thing would have been funny if you got up and was like, you know how badly they can beat you, right, Bran?
Bran's like, yeah, I know. So I have to think about that every day. Dude, that'd be
you know I'm
perfect.
still the heir to the Iron Throne. You know this doesn't fix anything, right? 'Cause
Oh,
I'm
dude.
still out here. Like,
Why didn't I said that to you? Why didn't Jon all right,
Yeah.
stab her and been like, Grey Worm shows up like, oh my God, and he's just like, yeah,
I'm actually the king.
why- just instead of bringing Tyrion like how they want you to do, he does this and just shows like the writers reading the script. They're like, what is he doing? He's like, watch this, and they bring Jon to the dragon fucking pit, and he's like, Sam, tell him, and Sam's like, oh. Yeah, he's actually Aegon Targaryen the 64th, and he's actually the rightful heir to the throne. And Grey Worm's like, I don't believe. And Bran's like, and just explains everything.
Right.
Takes everybody on a trip.
Hey,
Wargs
Bran.
everybody to fucking tower of high tower where
Tower of Joy.
and where Ned Stark fucking.
Grabbed that fucking little baby and brought it home.
I was gonna say killed Sir Arthur Dayne, which
Yeah.
he
It was
didn't.
really
Jojen Reed's dad, or
yeah.
was that the
Howland?
Howland Reed?
Yeah.
Dude, so fucking pissed, man, when they did that to Sir Arthur Dayne, because what a badass dude.
Right.
Like, only one scene, a lot of history. I wasn't pissed at the time, but when I read about Sir Arthur Dayne, I was like, oh, Ned Stark, you dirty motherfucker, dude. I get it, it fits into the storyline,
Right.
especially being that season, but I was like, dude, Sir Arthur Dayne's a bad motherfucker. But anyways,
He was, dude, for real.
but anyways, yeah, they should have just been like, yeah, he's so Grey Worm. Sorry, man, like, but he's the rightful heir, and he would have been like, oh, okay, so we're
My
fine.
penis.
He's like, okay, we're okay, and they're like, yeah, just leave.
Right.
Go back to where you came from.
Right.
He's like,
Get the hell out of here.
he's like, let's get out of here. And it's just a pursuit of like a ship with like a Confederate flag and them in front.
Like, what's the? I don't know. Wasn't the idea that he goes to Noth with her, like, no more fighting? He just brings the whole army with him to Noth. They're like, look, dude, this is an island. You can't just bring a fucking half an army, dude. Like, who's gonna feed these people? Like,
There was a prince or princess or king or queen of Noth, right?
I'm not sure. Probably something.
So they just show up and they're like, did you guys piss somebody off? And they're like,
Right.
no. Are you sure? They're like, yeah, why? And they stand up on the balcony and they just see the ocean. And it's just the Unsullied. And they're like, oh, dude, that was just a joke, man. Like, they sent a raven to the Unsullied, like, you dickless bitches. Like, God, dude, did you put your real name down? He's like, yeah. You used the stamp with our emblem. You're like, I don't know, dude. What was I going to use?
There aren't any other stamps.
What do you want me to start a war with a different house?
Yeah.
And they just show up with good intentions, like, we want to fight for you guys or whatever. They're like, oh, okay.
All right, fine.
Did you guys bring food?
Like, well, we're a peaceful fucking island here, so.
Yeah, like, you guys can stay for a little bit. They're like, what? For a little bit? You know, not a long time.
They're like, as long as you don't, as long as you don't plan on, reproducing here, which you don't. Not enough room for any more, if you know what I'm saying.
They're like, don't worry, none of us have dicks. They're like, oh, perfect. Well,
Cool.
come on in, fellas, or whatever you are,
Right.
if you don't have a dick, because here in Maine, if you don't have a dick, you're a woman. Then Jon Snow goes back up north, sees his buddy Tormund, who's just waiting there,
Like a weirdo.
doesn't say anything, and then he pets Ghost.
Yeah. Which is like, dude,
It's too late now.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
Game of thoughts.
That's where I'm at with it. It's like, dude, you can't just be like, well, it makes up for it. Like, no.
What's the dude's name? D&D or whatever.
Yeah.
They like saw all the negative reaction by people being like, oh, John didn't even pet his dog and stuff, or his dire wolf and stuff. And then this is how dumb D&D were. Like, wait till they watch the last scene. They're gonna be so happy, like ignoring the whole fucking.
That's what I'm saying. The majority of people that were, unfortunately, the majority of people that were pissed about that, I feel like, are justified in that moment.
They're
I
like,
feel like
okay,
they feel better
yeah.
about it in
They're
that
like,
moment, which I didn't. I was just like, oh, cool. You're lucky this dog fucking.
You still
Was it me or did the ear still look bloody?
It still looked fresh.
Like,
Yeah, people fucking time traveling, man. I'm telling you. Nobody just attended to that poor direwolf's fucking ear. They're just like, whatever.
right.
He'll maul us at any fucking given
He
second.
still looks small, too small to be a direwolf, in my opinion. I know he's the runt, but he still looks too small, dude.
Dude, just the editor, whoever's in charge of doing the CGI and shit for Game of Thrones, after all the negative backlash of Jon not petting it, like last minute they're like, hey dude, you have to do this scene. Him petting.
Right.
He's like, ugh. He's like, I'm in Puerto Rico for 3 weeks with my family.
He's like, we need you to come into the studio and pet this green stuffed animal.
He's like, oh my God.
That's pretty probably how they did it, too.
It was probably Kit was like, come on. He's on the phone. He's like, please, I'll bend the knee. He's like, you guys actually hired a retarded guy to play your main character. And so Jon is like, fuck the wall. I'm going to go live up north with my buddy Tormund and my dog.
So it's like deserter, dude. You're already a piece of shit, John.
He's like, fuck this.
Is that really what they were implying, that he was just deserting the Night's Watch again and
Yeah.
just going north?
Yeah. He's like, I went south, got me in trouble. What if I went the other way?
Right.
That's fucking
And
Jon
it's also
Snow,
like
apparently.
probably ain't nobody gonna go looking for you. So yeah, you're probably straight, but you know.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, so
now
now
we need a spin-off of the gay couple, Tormund and fucking Jon, dude, of them, or their just daily life in the north.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of a name of that show. It'd be like 2.5 Men, but 2 men and a dog.
Right.
2 dudes. You know what? I'm gonna stop because it took us 17 weeks to figure out a name for this.
Yeah.
A show that's never gonna happen. Forget about it. But speaking of forget about it, that's Game of Thrones.
Right. Forget about it.
Fucking hey, Game of Thrones. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I know that's an Italian guy.
Anyways, fucking, I don't know. Was that the whole episode? Yeah. They fucking didn't.
Not one titty.
They didn't. Yeah, for real though. They didn't fucking. They left a fucking bottle of water in a shot too in this episode too.
What?
Yeah.
What?
There's like a bottle of water that here. I'll find it.
Bottle of water?
Yeah, it's during the scene where they're at the dragon pit or whatever.
Oh my god, who's it even by?
It's by Sam. It's
Behind the fattest guy in that shot.
Mhm.
They whatever, dude. I feel like it's just them trolling on people.
Right. It might be, dude.
Just each
I didn't go
episode.
back and look at it, but
They're like, maybe if we make a lot of like human errors but do it on purpose, they'll just forget about the mediocre season.
right.
Oh man.
Yeah. You got we got some top fives we're gonna do before we get out of here.
Yeah. As a send off to Game of Thorns. Kind of like last minute came up with an idea as like a send off to Game of Thrones. I like how I cleared my throat in the mic and then I moved the mic to apologize. Game of Thrones top fives, and then I don't know. Did you come up with a list?
I'll kind of just do it on
Wing
the
it?
fly,
Yeah.
I guess. I didn't come up with it.
So does he know where to pull it up?
He knows where to pull from. Yeah, you just got to give him the names. Or like
Yeah.
Give him like one at a time, I guess.
Okay, so
I'll just
starting.
look at that real quick though. You don't get to see it, podcast.
That's an Arrowhead Water Company bottle behind the dude that plays Samuel Tarley's fat boot.
Right.
And get your fucking boot stitched up. Jesus Christ, buddy.
I know, dude.
You fat fuck. Anyways, so we're doing 3 different top fives, and the first top 5 is top 5 favorite characters, and starting at number 5 might come as a surprise, but not for me because it's my list. And
Those aren't going to be in the right order, by the way, Dan.
number 5, top 5 favorite characters: Stannis Baratheon.
It's just Stannis.
Stannis the Manus. Yeah, there he is. I don't know, man. Like putting him on my top favorite.
Let's sum him up real quick in like a
Yeah.
sentence. Stubborn and power hungry.
Uh,
I thought we were just gonna fire through him right once he switched like that. I was like, all right, Sansa.
Stannis, power hungry, lied to, murderer of daughter. Number 4 on my top 5 favorite characters is Jorah. Yeah, there we go. Jorah.
Mormont.
Sorry, Jorah. Friend zoned, but
Cuck.
still loyal, man.
Full blown cuck.
Yeah, he comes from a dope house, and he's shitting on my list of favorite characters real quick. Where's your list? No, fucking around. But I like Jorah, man. I know.
No, I like him too. He's on my list of top 5 too.
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah. But Jorah Mormont's my number 4. Number 3, Arya. I didn't really like her in the first couple seasons, but I started to like her more when she started traveling with the Hound, Hot Pie,
Yup.
Deadly, and then I don't know, she's cool. I like her.
She had a nice growth to her character.
Yeah.
I would sum her up with
You said like 10 minutes ago, bitch.
yeah, she's like
Stubborn?
kind of a piece of shit at the end of it, but like
Yeah.
stealthy and I don't know,
It's like
vengeful.
it's like a hot pocket. A majority of a hot pocket's just delicious, tasty, and it's just a little bit that's still frozen.
Right.
Number 2, Davos. Loyal, dope, funny, keeps it real.
Learn to read.
Salt and pepper beard. Love the girl that wasn't even his daughter, more than her actual dad, which was Stannis. So Davos, I'm glad you survived. You're dope. And my number 1 favorite character of Game of Thrones is the Hound.
Oh yeah, that's my number 1 too.
So I'll try to sum them up. real quick, why he's my number one. The Hound. That's why. That's why. It's the Hound. Yeah, I mean, he killed. It was the first season, like second episode. He killed that butcher's boy.
Yep.
And Ned Stark was like, "The butcher's boy. You killed him." He was
Right.
like, something like that. He was like, "Yeah, it's not very fast," and just
Right.
kept going with his corpse on his horse. But the Hound, man, he was a piece of shit at first, but became a really loyal dude. Had an arc, and he got what he wanted at the end, even though it cost him his life. But that was killing his brother, the piece of shit, the Mountain, Clegane Bowl or whatever in the last episode. But yeah, the Hound, number one for me, number one for you.
Yeah, he's my number one for sure.
The Hound. And then here's gonna be the top 5 pieces of shit on my list.
We got some real stinkers here too.
Really poo-poo heads. Number 5 is there's a tie for number 5. So real quick, the first one I'll do is Sansa. Now Sansa took a turn for the worse after after Ramsay died, and like I'm not justifying Ramsay, but dude, like I understood what she went through, but the first like season or two, she was kind of like so in love with Joffrey for whatever reason that it got her.
She put herself into so many positions, terrible positions, just out of her need as a stupid little girl to be like a princess or
Yeah.
a important lady, you know?
I get it that you're a little girl, but like Arya said, so was Lyanna Mormont, and you basically helped your dad get murked. Like you didn't help him not get murked, and then you became power hungry. And the only really good thing off the top of my head I can say is that she forgave Theon.
Right.
Also, so tied at number 5 is High Sparrow, a really old, high-looking dude. The High Sparrow.
The highest sparrow.
Yeah. You're looking like my 10th grade science teacher. Today in apparently my 10th grade science teacher was Bill Cosby. Today we're gonna do a beep a Bunsen burner. So the High Sparrow, real quick, is a religious fanatic, and he's such. I'm not gonna get into it, but he's such a piece of shit that he made me like Cersei.
Yeah.
And then when he died, I was like, oh, what happened? But High Sparrow, just fucking look at him.
He's
Look
just
at
a power hungry piece of shit just like everybody else, dude.
John Pope Paul the 13th.
That's how I'd summarize him.
Yeah.
Power hungry piece of shit just like everybody else.
Fucking get a haircut, buddy.
Piece of shit with no shoes, that's all he is.
Number 3 on my pieces of shit list is Ramsay.
Oh yeah, we got a definite piece of shit here, dude. Look at this piece of shit.
He tortured. Oh, hold on. 2 things. 1, he cut off Theon's wiener.
Which is fucked.
Yeah, kind of weird, buddy. And 2, he took the dude who he raped Sansa in front of the dude
Whose dick he
stole, which happened to be they both grew up with each other. So
to top it off, though, he not only took the dude's dick, but he sent it in a package to his dad across the sea, dude.
yeah,
Sent him his fucking son's dick, dude.
like,
Like check out what I took.
you know what would have been weirder is if it was modern times and it was like shipping and handling,
Right.
and he's like, oh, I'll pay for it overnight. They're like, it's $189. He's like, oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Shipping and handling, huh?
Yeah, why don't you handle this cock to the other side? Yeah, so that's basically him. Number 2 on top 5 pieces of shit of mine, Bam Greyjoy. So yeah, he's Theon and Yara's uncle. Yeah, I did it. Bam Greyjoy, I don't know, man. He came out of nowhere, killed his brother.
He was just a bad character. He wasn't even like.
And you said like in the books he was like a badass character, like a
Yeah.
piece of shit, but
He's
like
dope in the book,
like
for sure.
a good evil dude,
Yeah,
like
He's
Ramsay.
not like a good evil dude. But he's like, I know what you mean. Yeah, he's like just a really dope badass dude. Like,
Yeah. So
he goes to Old Valyria, which is like they show it in the show, but like in the books it's a little more prevalent that like nobody goes there because it's so dangerous and like there's like old magic that still resides there and all
Yeah.
this weird stuff. But he goes there and acquires like Valyrian steel armor set, dude, and he like finds a dragon horn, which is basically supposed to be. They don't really confirm it yet in the books, but it's supposed to bind dragons to your will. So basically, he's like, dude, he's gonna steal a dragon from fucking Danny, dude. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're on Greyjoy. He's a number 2 on my. Do you see the resemblance? Why? Yeah. So yeah, he's the number 2 piece of shit on my top 5 pieces of shit list. And number 1 is, I feel like a no-brainer, is Joffrey.
Oh yeah.
He's the twink. Yeah, there we go. I searched.
That's him choking on a dick right there.
Yeah, I had to edit out the dick and send it to you. I was at Starbucks and there was a dick in his mouth, and I'm like, I don't remember that scene, but I'll just edit it out. So I edited
Pretty
it out.
smooth edit for at Starbucks.
It was in the bathroom. Don't ask. Better Wi-Fi reception. I don't know. Joffrey's just a piece of shit. Look at him.
Yeah, you just
I don't even like. If you've never seen Game of Thrones and you see this list,
you just
you're
hate that
watching
guy
it.
looking at him.
Look at him. Look at him.
He tortured whores, and he would shoot them with crossbows. He would make one whore tie another whore up, and then he'd like have the one beat the hell out of him, and then he'd kill him with a crossbow afterwards.
That dude's never had a boner.
Right.
He's probably got a fucking.
The funny thing, I saw like a article about like what it was like. It's total clickbait, but I clicked it. But it was like what Game of Thrones actors really think about their characters or whatever, or did they like being on the show or not? I can't remember what the exact wording was, but it was like the guy who played Joffrey hated it, and it was like because of the portrayal against women and like the negativity towards women, which is like, I'm not hating on that aspect, but it's like, dude, you're clearly just saying that because everybody actually hates you in person when they see you because you're that hateable of a character in a show. Like, that's the only reason you say that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's dumb for like going out of his way in an interview to be like, I'm not really like that guy. It's like, that's
what I'm saying. It's like, you don't have to do that, dude.
Like you don't have to address the really dumb people that think you are like that.
Right.
Like I just hate you because how you look.
Right. It's nothing personal.
You're a good actor. He's a terrific actor, man.
Yeah.
To do that shit, make me hate him so much. Him and like the dude that plays Ramsay. Hey, props to you guys. You guys should do a movie.
I thought they did a really good job of picking the characters for Joffrey and Tommen.
Yeah.
It's like total polar opposites kind of, and they both did a good job, I think.
Yeah, so that was my top 5 pieces of shit list. Next up, top 5 babes. I put babes of Westeros, but technically there's a couple that aren't from Westeros. But we'll just say top 5 babes.
Isn't Westeros?
That's just like where King's
deal.
Landing. It's that island.
What's the whole world then? What are they?
Yeah, Essos is like where like the Dothrakis and Bravos is at.
I know that, but I just figured, I didn't know if they just took. Yeah, I don't know. Just something I just never thought about fully, I guess.
We'll just say top 5s.
Then what is the actual name of the fucking place, of the whole world? Like, what is it?
I don't know. I think Arya's gonna go figure that out. Dara.
Westeros.
The rest. That's good. Okay, so top 5 babes of fuck it, Game of Thrones. Who gives a shit? Last time we'll probably talk about the show. Number 5, Osha. He said the same thing, dude.
Ugh.
I think what it was is that like I've seen her,
dude. You know what? I'm gonna get.
I gave you the worst picture. I sent him these pictures,
I'm
and
gonna actually be get personal here a little bit. Does she look like Stephanie to you? Is that what this is? She kind of looks like Stephanie, dude.
Does she really?
To me, a little bit. Like maybe in
the
picture,
brows,
in the face. Yeah. Is that what it is?
I don't think
You're
so.
Like, you're like, don't do this right now.
Like this.
Like up there, I can see it for sure.
I don't know. I think it's just because like
that just came to me.
I saw her naked in the show, and then I like actually like. Right, but like I
made the list too. Don't worry.
There's only 5 naked women in the show.
Actually, the old woman that says shame, she's number 2. No, I don't know, man. I think it's just like I judged it too much on how she looks
naked.
No, well, yeah, but in like real life.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, because I
Right,
saw
I'd never even
Brianna
seen
Tarth in real life. I could have easily put her on the list.
I haven't really, dude. I really hardly pay attention to the actors. I should, but
I'll justify myself when we go offline on a fucking pieces of shit. Number 4, babe on my list, Cersei. Preferably with long hair.
It starts with a C.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Like, she's the babe. Like, I know she into her relatives.
I think she looks better with short hair, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks better with her real hair. Like a dark brown short cut.
Okay.
She's got tattoos everywhere too.
Does she really? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. She's just got beautiful, kissable lips.
Yeah.
That's why she made my list. She's powerful. I like powerful women. Do that.
Shame.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, my two favorite babes in one scene. Oh man. Number 3 is, I don't even know how to say her name. She was like in 3 episodes. Tyann Sand. I tried finding a picture where she didn't have a little boy's haircut, and this was the only one. I don't even know if this is from Game of Thrones.
She's like, yeah, I'm a badass. I'm about to kill my fucking family
Hell
for
yeah.
killing my I don't get why she killed her family. I killed my family because they won't go to war with people for my uncle joining fucking trial by combat fairly and losing. That's really what it is.
Oh yeah, that was her uncle. Oh yeah, bastard.
That was her father.
Oberyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oberyn
Yeah,
fathered all 3 of the Sand Snakes, just with different women.
I thought the crippled king was their dad.
I feel like if you're gonna keep talking, grab that mic over there.
She pretty. And almost killed Bronn.
Yeah.
Test.
At least
You
she
hear me?
at least she showed a titty.
Whacking?
I mean, if you're gonna kill Bronn, show him a titty.
Right.
She did.
Yeah. That's why she's number 3. No. Yeah. I don't know how to say her name. We'll just call her Sandy. 'Cause that's her
Sandy.
bastard, or
That's the bastard surname for.
yeah, but
Dorn.
are women
Yes.
bastards the word for
Yeah.
Yeah.
not bastardess?
Yeah. Bastard for sure.
Number 2, she on my babe list. She made one scene or one appearance for like 4 minutes. Her name is Kinvara.
She was like
The
one
other.
of 3 red women in the entire series, and like
Is there a bunch of red women, or is it just
Yeah.
those 3?
Yeah.
Is
There's a
there?
bunch.
yeah, it's like
That's why I thought-
Where are they
That's why I
staying at?
thought
they're all
Melisandre.
in
Or
Essos.
that's why I thought Melisandre was gonna come back with like witches and
Right.
fire
Yeah.
Like a
fucking
whole
mages. That would be
team
so
of-
dope.
She's she made the list. She's got that like, she's probably Russian. Honestly, I don't even know her real name, but she could probably beat the shit out of a lot of people. She didn't talk much, which was cool.
She was in one scene.
Exactly, and she left her mark. Yeah, it's another one of those things where I don't know.
Yeah.
Should probably look when I came up with this list. Should probably look at like them from the show. Cause now I'm regretting OSHA because you guys are guilt tripping me.
No, I just didn't know that's why you picked her from images of not OSHA of
Yeah.
right.
I was like, that chick's hot, and then like you see her, she's just gnarly looking in the show. Like, really, Kenan? Like, oh,
Like, well, she's number
from
5.
the
guys.
show.
She's number 5, guys. So easy.
She has to. Yeah, there's like 16 chicks in the show. Yeah, she's number 5. And then number 1's not a surprise, really. Number 1 is Marjorie Tyrell.
I'm finding it weird. I mean, it's fine. I figured you would have put Danny on there. I don't know.
I
He's
would
just
I would
boring as
replace
hell.
OSHA with Danny.
Oh, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I was debating between. This sounds stupid now, but Rose, the whore, and OSHA.
Roz?
Roz? I thought it was Rose.
Roz.
Yeah.
Is R-O-S.
That's why I always got weird when people say Rose. I was like, that doesn't seem right.
I
No.
Roz-
honestly thought like
Theon
Roz
always
sounds
called her
more
Roz,
familiar.
and
Right.
Tyrion called her Roz.
Oh shit! I guess I just didn't remember because she's a whore.
Right.
Yeah, she was gonna be number 5, but Marjorie Tyrell is number 1. Oh,
I would have put Roz over OSHA. Come on.
What about the chick from the chick with the mask? You don't ever see her
Lady
face.
Gaga.
The faceless man. She was like in.
She's not a faceless man though.
She said, who is she talking to? She's talking to somebody, and they ask who she is, and she's like, I am no one. So that's like the only cue I get that she is a faceless
She
man.
was wearing the red thing.
She had like a
She was
whole
talking to
mask on and
Jorah.
everything.
Right. I can't remember what the.
They were in Karth?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at Malcolm Jamal Warner's the big black
dude. Duck sauce or whatever.
yeah, whatever.
Dark sauce.
She's number one. Her, not Marjorie. I was just talking about the chick that the chick.
One you got pulled
Yeah.
up.
You said dude. I didn't know it, but like a few weeks ago, you were like, yeah, she's like 40.
Yeah.
And
She's like 37 or
37,
something like that.
38.
Mm-hmm.
She's a babe, dude.
Yeah, man. OSHA's like
Think about
20.
Think about filming that scene where she's basically having sex with Tommen. Or I know they don't show them kissing even, but it's just
Yeah.
like that's gotta be awkward. For
Isn't it
both
in the
of them.
books like he's 9 years old when all that stuff happened?
I'm not actually sure how old he
He's,
is.
like,
All of
really
them
young.
are like younger than they are in the show in the books.
I was kind of surprised by Tommen because in the book, when they were doing the jousting scene, when Ned became the hand, they threw him that jousting like celebration.
Yeah.
That in the book, Tommen was like, I'm pretty sure it was Tommen was like kind of like a chubby, fat,
Yeah.
klutzy kind of
Aw.
kid.
Yeah.
And then when I saw the show and saw him, I was like, that's not him.
Right.
Why would you change?
Right.
Just like let's make him like not like the book. I guess I'm just nitpicking, but like a fat klutz basically
Right,
because he
right.
fell off his horse, his
Right.
little horse,
No.
and he got up and people were like, yeah, and he's like, that's how I pictured it, you know.
Right.
But all right, we'll do top 5 favorite characters for you. You said number 1 was the Hound.
Yeah, number 1's the Hound for me. I would say Jorah's on there too. You're probably not gonna have pictures for all these dudes, but if they're up there, pull them up. But let me see here. Who else is there? Yeah, Jorah's on there. That's 2, right?
He's handsome for an old man.
That's your babe list.
Mhm.
Is that what we're doing? I thought
Oh,
you
no,
said
no.
top 5.
I'm fucking around.
I'm like, oh, in that case, fucking Varys then. No.
Great.
I
You
would
just-
say I would say Varys is one in my top 5. He's not on there though.
yeah, he's not on the pictures. There's
How many is that? 3.
Jorah the Hound. And then-
Should have had this prepared.
Yeah,
I'll
hot
just say-
pie.
I'll just say hot pie. Yeah,
Dude, hot pie, yeah. Yeah, the only person I'll bend my knee to. King Hot Pie. Baker Baker of Grains.
Baker
First
of
in his
Grains.
name. Yeah, Baker of Grains. King Hot Pie.
So I got one more.
This throne
Yeah.
doesn't seem to fit my robust body. He's like, oh, it's prickly.
I'll just say Jamie, just because I liked all of his changes, and then I liked the ultimate the ultimate fate of him, where he really didn't really change. There's some things you can't really change about somebody, so I like that. I'll say Jamie is my last. There's no particular order except for the Hound is my number 1.
Who do you think the top 5 pieces of shit are?
All right,
No particular order unless you have it already set in your head.
Arya. Just because she left her family afterwards, like where the fuck you think you're going?
Pulling
Right
a gun,
after
John.
she like a few episodes ago, she was like, "We're family. We're
Right.
wolves. We stick
Right.
together."
Right.
And then off she goes.
Right. Fucking
Yeah, she did
Christopher
that with the
Columbus
Hound.
over here.
Right.
The very next scene of being like, John, we're family.
Right.
We'll never desert each other.
And
The
then
next
she just
scene,
leaves.
she's like, the Hound's like, oh, I'm never coming back. And he
Right.
meant like, I'm going to die doing this. And she's like, yeah, me neither. And he's
Right.
just like, okay, kid.
Really though, I would say Littlefinger.
Yes. He's so slimy.
I would say he's my number 1 top piece of shit.
Like he was so in it for himself. Like him and Varys were like,
Dude, you
Like-
skipped.
I skipped, yeah.
Marin.
That's just Marin Tran as a
Yeah.
piece of shit. That just came
I'll,
in my
I'll
head.
throw him on my list for you then.
I was just so
You know
excited
what?
to get the
I'm gonna
Osho.
I'm gonna take Hot Pie off. I'm gonna put Cereal Pharrell as one of my fucking favorites.
Yeah, this guy's Marion Tran's a piece of shit. God,
They really go out of their way to make you know that too. At some point, they're like, all right, they really have to have the scene. Like, do they need the motivation of, like, the scene actually being this dude, like, raping and like abusing little kids sexually to like give Arya justification to kill him the way she did in that scene? I don't think they needed that.
goes
I
to
forget
like
how she kills him.
She like fucking
stabs him in the eyes and like
cuts his fucking stabs his eyes out and then like slits his throat. And she's like, "You're nothing. You'll always be nothing." Like,
Didn't he-
You're like
Didn't she?
Jesus,
Didn't
lady.
she cut his tongue out or something like that?
Maybe.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I felt like she. Look at this fucking piece of shit.
I know, dude.
I'm a piece of shit, and you know it. I felt like she cut his tongue out, and then asked him a question.
Oh,
And
where did this happen? I don't
The
remember.
whorehouse where he was.
In King's Landing?
No, on Bravos when they took Marjorie Tyrell's dad to get like a loan or some shit, and Arya was already there.
God, I don't remember this.
Clams,
This was like,
oysters, cockles.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
And then she sees him, and she's just like pulling a Tina and shit. Yeah, but in the whorehouse, whoever who runs the whorehouse brings out one girl, and I don't know, she's like 19 or some shit.
Right.
He's like
Too
too old, and then it's like a 18-year-old like too old, and it's like a 15-year-old, and he's like too old, and then she's just like,
look, dude, you're at the wrong place, dude.
and he just beats the shit out of him.
He beats the shit out of him. Anyways,
Dude, that's totally Ross's just Rost, right?
Yeah.
Rast?
Rose? Rose?
No.
No, he's talking about,
Dude at the wall that stabbed Gio Mormont in the back.
Oh.
That when
I don't
Samuel
remember his name.
he looked
but
like
I
he
know
had Down
who
syndrome.
Rast?
Right.
Rast, yeah, that's his dad. That's gotta
Yeah.
be his dad. Anyways, piece of shit.
So that's 3 of them. I had, who did I pick? Arya,
Oh yeah,
him, Littlefinger.
little finger.
I mean, is Cersei a given? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit. I don't think anybody'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Right. I just like also feels like it's too easy to pick that, but we don't really have all day, so I'll go Cersei.
Littlefinger, Cersei, Meryl Trant. There's a lot of piece of shits in it. Yeah, there is a lot of piece of shits in the show.
You can just say Daenerys.
We could say Daenerys, but
A majority of her character was decent. You know what I
Right,
mean? And
'cause
then it was
they-
just like, bleh.
They built her up to be as the underdog who's gonna rise to power, and everyone roots for the underdog. And then when
Right.
she gets too much power, goes mad.
Dude, Lady Olenna back in the day was super hot.
do they show her when she was?
No, just
Just
just bet.
Google
Yeah.
the actress.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. It's always confused me when you use their character name to talk about their.
oh,
I'm like,
gonna
wait,
learn
what?
their names.
Yeah.
Show's done.
No, I don't know their names. I would just, you know what I'm saying? It just adds confusion.
You
No.
could say
I'm like,
Daenerys' brother. What's his face? The V.
Viserys.
oh, Viserys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
was
a piece of
huge
shit.
Piece of shit the entire first season he was in.
Even that witch was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
When Dany asked her to like keep him alive, and she took it so literal. It's like, yeah, he's alive.
Right.
He's brain dead, but he's alive. And she's like, you bitch.
But at the end of the day, I feel
She
like
was
she was
justified,
justified.
yeah.
Yeah. Because she's just like, how many more people was.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
And she said she was already raped 3 times
Right.
before she was saved.
But it's
So she was
also like,
already,
you could have, like, dude, it's like, I really did help you, though. Like, you know.
Dude, the funniest shit ever was when Daenerys tied her to the stake with Khal Drogo, and she's giving
like,
the
I'm not gonna
speech.
scream.
Dany's giving the speech and shit, and just in the background, she's like, I'm not gonna scream.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll share. She's like, oh, you will, and she's like, nope. I just thought it was funny. She just yelled in the background, like almost like popped her head in the distance, and you saw her in like blurry periph. Like, I'm not screaming. You
Cool.
kill me. I'm fine with that. I don't give a fuck.
That's
Not gonna
funny.
scream.
And then, like,
She screamed.
yeah, I know.
Loud as shit.
And Danny loved it, if you look back at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's like the whole. That's why they justified Dany going mad, because she always had like
Too
a
far away.
reaction.
Right. Always had a reaction.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
like when her brother died, when anyone around her died,
It's
she
just
would just like
adding-
looked at them like without any remorse.
Right.
The fire was like 10 feet away.
adding grains of sand to the beach that will, that is becoming a beach. Right?
The fire was like 10 feet away from the witch, and she's like, "This is how hot it is. It's not gonna get any hotter than this, right? Right? Because it's getting kind of hot."
I had somebody in mind. I'm gonna say this.
You're on.
I'm gonna say Robert Baratheon, because if you think about it, what the fuck was he doing? Overthrowing the throne, anyways. Like, what are you doing?
He didn't even
dude?
want to rule.
Right.
Like,
you did it for not like. Why did you do it, dude? If you didn't want to rule, what's the point? Like, why did you overthrow?
King Robert and shit.
Yeah,
like
like-
the whole rebellion.
Like, I
I
understand
know
them,
there's
like,
more. It's about the love interest between what was going on with
Mhm.
that, but like,
and also the fact that Ares was gonna burn literally everybody. But like, if he in the end, if Robert Baratheon
I
didn't
guess
want to
Ares-
rule,
I guess
like
Ares,
he
I'd
could
pick
have
Ares
like
instead of,
put
yeah.
someone else on the throne.
Right.
You could put Ned on it.
Ned wouldn't want it. He didn't
No,
even want
not
to
on
be
the
hand
throne,
of the
but
king.
on
He
the
just
list of
meant
pieces of shit.
because he's
Oh,
ignorant.
Yeah,
Oh.
that and just like
oh, Davos.
I don't know. He was the bad guy in GoldenEye. Kind of a piece of shit.
You could put Melisandre on there because she burned children.
Oh, she's on my babes list.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah,
she
who-
can
yeah.
do both.
That her actual form though.
Her, when she takes the necklace off.
Them long witch titties.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, your list in no particular order of babes.
Danny. I guess I'll say Roz.
Oh, dude, I forgot about Shay.
Yeah, I've thought about her, but I don't like her as a person.
Yeah,
She's in my top 5 pieces of shit, dude. That's
Shay.
why, yeah.
Oh yeah, because Shay. Oh yeah.
Ah, fuck, man. Can I put Tywin in my top favorite? Can I throw him in there somehow?
Favorite characters.
Yeah, I don't know who I'm
Fuck it,
taking
yeah,
out
because
for
I
that,
had
but
I had a
yeah.
tie of Sansa and Sparrow as piece of shit.
Right, yeah, right.
You can have a tie of
All right.
whoever the fuck and Tywin. Tiny Tywin.
Or just replace Jamie with Tywin. Did you really like Jamie that much?
I do.
Okay, all right.
He can't help who he loves, all right?
That's like that Mary J. Blige song.
Right.
So wait. Who'd you say? Roz?
Roz, Danny,
Melisandre? Danny?
Melisandre.
You said Gilly before we got started, right? Nah, just fucking-
The buck ass teeth and shit. Grr, I can read now.
All hail the king of the fork. The king of the fork. Oh, hot pie.
Who else is there? I want to pick that chick with the mask, but it's like I couldn't see her face.
She was mysterious, and that's what's alluring.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that season 1, season 2, I think. She was like Danny's first best friend that was basically teaching her the language and shit of the Dothraki
Oh,
and
yeah.
Teaching
stuff.
her how to seduce her
Yeah.
husband.
I'll say I just had somebody in mind. You know I don't know if you guys I don't know if she actually has a name, but like Cersei's like servant that she has?
Lancel?
No, not him. It's a chick. It's in the later seasons, but she copies everything Cersei does. She like when Cersei got her hair cut, she cut her hair short as shit. Just like she's just
Did she have any lines?
no, she's just
She was just
in
in
there
the
sometimes.
background? I'd have to rewatch all of that because I don't remember
Yeah, yeah.
anyone else there.
I'll just pick her out of
Bernadette?
abstractness. No,
Her? Who is that? I've never seen her.
that's her. Yeah, I think. Click it.
Really?
I just picked that because I know she follows everything she does.
This
and
chick?
keeps the same. Yeah.
Literally
This chick right here.
Yeah.
Oh, he pulled it up.
I don't remember that person at all.
Bernadette. She
She's
looks
like not important at all or anything.
yeah, she looks like she's full of complaints.
Right.
My queen's
She's like,
expecting the coffee to be I really need to go. I really need the
I told you
coffees.
food was ready 5 minutes ago.
Can you blow that up a little bit, Dan? Not that one.
Well,
Like, look at the complaints just about to roll off her tongue. You can't leave yet. You just, no, you can't sleep over their house, okay?
Jokes
Like
aren't
yelling
just
at you.
jokes, all right?
Just shut up. Shut up. Yeah, what happened to her?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, after she obviously got divorced by her 8th husband,
Right.
she's like, whatever. I'm going to cut my hair like Cersei's.
Like, what?
Cersei's
Dressing
like, dude,
exactly
don't
like
do that.
Cersei.
Like, I wonder. I can't remember, but was she with her when, like, they were leaving like, going down the stairs when the shit was crumbling and
I didn't see her.
No.
like, right.
Just-
I know the main reason why I thought about her, and then I was like, oh wow, she's got the same hair as Cersei, and then I like looked back into it, is because like she opens the door when. Remember when Cersei and Jaime are having sex, or they finish having sex?
Oh yeah, and then
And
she's
then-
like, "We need clean sheets." She was talking to her.
Right. She's pretty much just like that's who the first person to actually really see it. Like,
Uh-huh.
like I don't know. Besides Bran, that got thrown out of a window. But
She you know what she's doing now? She manages a DMV in Bravos. I said this aisle's closed. Like, there's 12 of you employees
Right.
back here. She's like, we're closed. There's just 100 people waiting. Like, hey,
a horse's insurance.
yeah, gotta get new tabs for my carriage. What's going on up there, sir? We'll deal with you later.
Take a number, please.
Yeah. So that's the top 5 fives. Really, it was just 3 different categories. So
Right.
Yeah.
How long have we been going on here? We've been
2?
going for 2.
deuces.
All right.
Kyburn's a piece of shit. All right, I got that out. So yeah, that's fucking that's Game of Thorns, and I kind of forgot what happened.
Yeah, that was it.
Now I have to find something else to watch. I'm gonna check out Big Bang Theory.
Ugh.
Nah, I was joking.
Yeah, but I don't know. That was, I guess, fucking later. Game of Thrones. See ya.
Game of Thorns. Hopefully the books come out before
Before he
whatever.
dies.
Yeah. He's probably having a heart attack as we speak.
Right.
Oh no.
And his pain, the sound he makes when he's in
It
pain.
just sounds like he's
is
laughing.
He's like, and it's like his wife, like, George, you all right? And he just keeps laughing. He's like, oh, he's watching America's Funniest Home Videos.
That's what he
Like, he loves that show. In his den. But yeah, we're rolling on 2, and that's Podcast Louis Rock for ever.
Right. Goodbye. Game of Thrones podcast where we rock.
But yeah, like I said last week, I got some things to for us on the podcast next week. But
All right. You're gonna keep everybody out of the loop here.
I'm gonna keep them out.
All right. All right. Fair enough.
But so yeah, before we go, you got any shows coming up?
No, not for a while. Not worth mentioning right now. Like July or something is the only one we got booked. July like 13th.
Hell yeah.
Fucking. I was gonna say something. Bug it.
Yeah. I don't have any shows booked yet. So if anybody needs a fucking clown for the kids' party, fucking email me. KillingItWithKen@gmail. $4 an hour.
When's your next podcast episode?
When I get a fucking Wednesday off, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna get into that on this, but that'd be kind of petty of me. But soon, I hope. Soon. Got a lot of things under my other sleeve for that. I don't have anything. Yeah, it's hard to get that Wednesday off. You can't get paid to stay at home.
This would be nice to get paid for this, but
Yeah.
nobody is subscribing to the YouTube, so go ahead and subscribe.
Please. Please. All right, yeah. This is number 18. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe. It's absolutely free. It helps us. We won't disappoint sometimes. It is what it is. And anything else?
I think that's it. Later. Thanks.
See ya. Oh, just hot.